Hello, friends. I hope you're all doing great and feeling the pulse of life wherever you are. The world's still turning, the sun's up high, and it's a beautiful thing to be alive, feeling all that life has to offer. Now, listen up, folks, because I've got some evidence to share with you. I'm a fresh believer, fully woke to the idea that extraterrestrial activities are real and happening all around us. The truth is out there, and it's time we knew about it. The first thing I'd like to discuss with you guys is a incident called the Westall Encounter of 1966, also known as the Westall Flying Saucer. This happened in Australia, 1966 on April 6th, when 200 witnesses reported seeing a flying saucer hovering above the suburban area of Australia. This is one of Australia's most well-documented UFO cases. Despite the official story that it was a weather balloon, many people believe that they saw something extraterrestrial in origin. Just a few days before this incident, a farmer holding a Polaroid camera took a picture of this object. If you look closely, it bears similarities to the object that Valentina took just a couple weeks ago. They both have the same shape, color, and pointed ends. Some might say that these are the same thing. What do you think? Now that brings me to Ryan Graves. Ryan Graves reported multiple UFO sightings at his time flying FA-18 Super Hornets as a Navy officer back in 2014 and 15. Graves and other pilots reported seeing strange things performing impossible maneuvers with current technology. These sightings were so prevalent they gave it the nickname the Tic Tac. Graves has since become an advocate and proponent of UFO activities and has led the investigation in many cases for the further release of more information. It's one thing for a pilot to say that he saw something extraterrestrial or strange flying in the air, but for the US to release classified information on these phenomena, now that's mind blowing. The recent declassification of UFO evidence by the US government has sent shockwaves through the public and the UFO research community alike. These videos, which were captured by military pilots, depict unidentified flying objects performing seemingly impossible maneuvers at incredible speeds. The release of these videos marks a major shift in the government's approach to UFO sightings, which have traditionally been dismissed or ignored. The fact that the government is now releasing this information is a mind-blowing development, raising numerous questions about the origins of these mysterious phenomena. The declassification of this information has reinvigorated the public's interest in UFO encounters and sightings, including mine. I was one person who didn't believe it all, and after seeing some of this information, I'm like, I want to freaking know, like what's out there. I often try and sit and just imagine, like really try and accept the fact that these things might be real, and you'll kind of get an idea of why the government wants to keep it quiet because it's big. That's a serious thing. It's obvious that these sightings also aren't your one in a meal weather balloon. you know these these objects are flying super fast. They pop in and out of areas, and we have no technology like that at all. It's crazy to think the government has been sitting on this kind of footage for so long. They try to explain it away, but let's be real, they can't fool us forever. Some people might try and explain these UFO sightings away as being classified US government technology, but that doesn't make any sense because these sightings have been reported since the 1950s. The shape, size, and the maneuvering of these objects are consistent with documents dating back to the 1947s. This is a long-standing mystery that won't be solved with easy answers. Now I'd like to discuss an encounter of the third kind that happened in Zimbabwe. Back in 1994, 60 students and some teachers reported seeing a flying object land near the school in a nearby field during their recess break. They claim to have witnessed strange beings exiting the craft, approaching them, and even mimicking their playful behavior, all while communicating telepathically with the kids. According to the shaken witnesses, the beings had long black hair, huge eyes, and were decked out in a tight-fitting black suit. This unforgettable experience became one of the most famous UFO sightings and encounters in history, proving that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. It's clear that we still have much to learn about the mysteries of our universe and the otherworldly beings that may exist within them. Dr. Mack was a prominent psychologist and researcher at Harvard University who investigated cases of alien abduction experiences. He was among the investigators who traveled to Zimbabwe back in 1994 to study the Ariel School UFO encounter. Dr. Mack interviewed many of the witnesses, including the schoolchildren who claimed to have seen the UFO and its occupants. In 1994, Dr. Mack published a book, Abduction Human Encounter with Aliens, which included an account of the Ariel School incident as well as other cases of alleged alien abductions. Dr. Mack was well aware of the risk he was taking. He knew that by researching it and publicly disclosing the topic of alien encounters and abduction, he would be opening himself up to ridicule and criticism. Some might even say he was committing professional suicide. But despite all of that, he felt that it was his duty to share the truth with the world, and that's exactly what he did. He conducted extensive interviews with individuals who claimed to have had encounters with extraterrestrial beings, and his work has been both praised and criticized. Regardless of where you stand on the situation, it's hard not to admire Dr. Mack and what he's done for the UFO community. In his book, Dr. Mack discusses some truly mind-bending accounts of alien encounters. One of the most fascinating and unsettling aspects of these encounters is the reported ability of extraterrestrial beings to communicate telepathically with humans. According to some of the individuals he interviewed, the aliens were able to transmit thoughts and emotions directly into their minds by bypassing the need for verbal communication altogether. This kind of experience is difficult for many people to wrap their heads around, and it's just one of the many mysteries that Dr. Mack explored in his groundbreaking research. Dr. Mack's interviews with the Ariel children report some of the telepathic messages. One fifth grader was warned about an upcoming event and told that pollution must be stopped. An 11-year-old girl believed that the beings wanted people to know that the harm being done to the planet should be stopped and technology should not be taken too far. Another child was told that the world would come to an end because humans are not taking care of the planet. The children were certain that what they had seen was not a plane, but their cultural backgrounds led to different interpretations of the event. Some believed the beings were of their tribe's folklore. It's truly mind-boggling to consider that a large number of reported alien encounters seem to happen at schools, and that many of these encounters involve telepathic communication with extraterrestrial beings. What's even more fascinating is that a majority of the individuals who have reported these encounters have shared similar telepathic messages. This raises all kinds of questions about why schools in particular seem to be a hotspot for these kinds of experiences. Are they warning us? Should we heed their warnings? My personal theory on this whole thing? I believe that these aliens exist on a higher plane of existence. They are able to see human auras and our energies. Children, being, not beaten down by society yet, are very open to new experiences and have an ability to receive messages telepathically. In my theory, I speculate that extraterrestrial beings may exist on a higher dimension that allows them to visit our own. Perhaps their distinct physical features, including their large eyes, suggest an ability to see beyond the spectrum of light that humans can perceive. Even extending to the realm of human auras, is it possible that these beings choose to make contact primarily with children because they do not exhibit malicious behavior and are more receptive to new experiences? Similar to birds using the Earth's magnetic field for navigation, these extraterrestrial beings may be connected to the human experience of emotion, such as love and compassion. This is just one of the many theories attempting to explain the mystery of alien encounters and the nature of these elusive beings. It's worth considering that our modern tendency towards skepticism and fear of the unknown is a relatively recent behavior. In contrast, ancient societies may have held encounters with extraterrestrial beings in high regard. It's possible that these beings have been a part of human mythology and legend for centuries, perhaps even appearing in stories and beliefs of ancient cultures such as Prometheus or the man in the suit. These folklores depict the man coming from the sky and bringing knowledge and technology to the people. Now back to the mimicking thing, because I personally think that this is a fascinating thing. It's possible that mimicking is a form of communication for extraterrestrial beings, similar to how cats and dogs communicate through body language. For example, if a cat and a dog encounter each other for the first time, their initial reaction would differ based on their unique body language. The cat might become excited and start rapidly twitching its tail, which could indicate aggression, while the dog might wag its tail playfully. Perhaps the same concept of body language applies here. Mimicking humans could be their way of easing our fears and making contact. They come and then they do our movements so that we realize, oh, they're something, let's see what they want. And once we realize that they aren't here to harm us, maybe we start receiving the messages that they're trying to tell us, which has been, we need to take care of the planet. We need to make sure technology doesn't get too crazy and take over, or what technology is doing to us now is we're losing ourselves. We're becoming these like hive minds that are constantly checking our phones for the new update or new information, and we have such a dogma on your personal presence online. It's really changed it, so you morph and you try and change to what you think other people would like, when in reality you are a being, I am a being, and we should be existing in the here and now, not posting something or looking at something that's been posted months past and then comparing yourself to that. It really doesn't matter. The reason for these legends' visit to Earth are open to interpretation and may vary depending on the specific version of the story. Some stories suggest that they came to Earth to teach important lessons to humans, such as the importance of respecting nature or the dangers of greed. The trope of beings coming from another place and trying to teach us how to be is a long story that's been told thousands of times. I mean, Jesus, God, and the Ten Commandments, Krishna, Buddha, all these people are trying to give us the same exact message on what we need to do to fulfill our human experience for the better. The story of the man in the suit bears similarities to other tales of supernatural beings that have visited humanity with a purpose. Like the case in Zimbabwe, these visitors were described as having a positive intent, attempting to guide humanity towards a better path, indicating that they may have come to Earth with a specific message to convey. It's interesting to consider the possibility that these beings are attempting to help humanity live in a more harmonious way, and in many cases, human greed and selfishness has led to a loss of connection with nature and a disregard for the well-being of others. By presenting themselves in a way that humans can understand, perhaps these visitors are attempting to offer guidance towards a more positive future. While it's difficult to know for certain the motivations behind these encounters, it's clear that they have captured the imagination of many cultures around the world. The idea of benevolent beings from another realm coming to offer guidance and assistance is a powerful one, offering hope and a sense of wonder in a world that can often seem bleak and divided. Ultimately, it's up to us as humans to decide how we will respond to their message and the potential for positive change that they represent. Hello, my friends, and I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first one that I've ever made, and I've honestly have redone this maybe 5 times trying to get it right. I want to be able to just look at the camera and talk, but I can't really. I write it all down, and then it's hard for me to speak it out loud, unfortunately, or maybe I'm just nervous, or it takes practice. I'm really excited to keep on practicing this kind of art and presentation, So this is what I wrote down for this moment. Hey there, my fellow explorers of the void. Welcome to my channel, where we dive deep into the mysteries of the universe and beyond. I'm so excited to share my first video with you today and hope to continue bringing you more thrilling content that will broaden your horizon and change the world. Whether you're a curious newcomer or a seasoned traveler of the cosmos, I want you to be a part of this journey with me. So if you enjoyed this video and want to join me on further adventures, be sure to hit that like button and drop me a comment, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a message in a bottle to the void. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you'll always know when I'm sending out new signals to the far reaches of the universe. Let's spread peace, love, and curiosity together, my friends. Peace out.